Welcome to today's video, where we're going to talk about the life of a saint that inspired millions of believers and non-believers, St Thérèse de Lisieux. We will dive into her story and how he became not such a great inspiration for people around the world, but also how her humble and simple spirit and soul really helped a lot of Catholic and Christians and anyone looking for anyone in need. Saint Thérèse de Lisieux was born in the 1873 in France, and from a very devoted family. She was really close to her father, and she had such deep conversion and professional faith since she was 8-9. Her life was with trouble and affected by illness, but above everything, she conquered and she conquered the love of God and the love of humility and commitment into the simple things. Her life was deeply devoted to helping other and bring souls that were condemned to hell or to condemnation. Saint Thérèse de Lisieux is considered one of the most influential saints, even though this was not her desire. She didn't care at all about becoming famous or become a saint. Her desire was to be close to Jesus and to devote her life, and she did. Saint Thérèse is called the Little Flower or Jesus for her simple way to holiness. In fact, when she entered the Carmelite convent, she was just 15. And as I remember from the movie as well, it showed that she had a bit trouble to tell her father, because she knew that this was exceptionally rare, and it was usually this would happen much later on, and her father was obviously affected by it. And later on, he also would become sick and would become very ill. But Therese, which was part of a family of 9 children, was strong in her humility and her desire, so she was quite stubborn. Way back before her entering the convent, she was a very odd, let's say in between brackets, odd kid. The kid that preferred to play hermit with her cousin rather than just playing with the popular kids in school. Her grades were really good, and this attracted envy from other girls, and she never had really like a large group of friends. She was more I would say an introvert and like a nerd, what we call nerdy kids, nerd for God. So why this story is important for us today and is really relevant is that Therese looked the main connection with God in the simple things. And even when she entered the convent, she was the one, even she was the one of the youngest in the convent, she was the one to look after and to give advice to the elderly nuns or to the prioress, and she even helped one of the nuns that later on they discovered she was very sick, supporting her and trying to make her more included in the group. She was in her own way imperfect, in the sense that she always said that who I am to enter heaven, who I am to, and what should I do to be more committed than I already am to God. And after her, one of the important parts of her life was definitely her conversion, the Christmas night, when she suddenly felt her transformation from a kid to a little woman, and she understood the weight of the importance of this transformation. Definitely the moment was when she asked for to sacrifice herself for God, for the love of God. And from that moment, she started becoming really ill with tuberculosis and with permanent illness. And this story, it really touched me. And these saints, which whose life couldn't be contained in a 5 minutes video, is definitely important and has a huge impact on my life. I will make another video where maybe I would talk about my personal experience with the saint and the importance of the novena. But for now, I just wanted to make you reflect on this simple thing that St Thérèse was just a normal kid that asked God to be anointed and to be chosen, and she asked, what should I do to be holy and to improve, but not to improve to have the favor of the world, but to have the favor and the acceptance and the blessing of God and of Jesus. Her whole life, there is a book, now I can't remember the title, on St Thérèse. All the books and all she did in her life was completely committed to this, and to giving up all the materialistic and all the materialistic parts and aspects of life to live in simplicity. And I really hope that if you didn't know these saints, you make a really huge discovery today. I know she's really popular, and she is also considered by John Paul II one of the greatest saints, with the doctor saints. It's a very important attribute that explain that define her life, like really impactful. And again, there is not a hierarchy between saints. They're all important, but sometimes I think it's fair to say that if someone is humble and is not looking for recognition, this is what bring that person closer to Jesus, because this is what Jesus wants. He wants simplicity, he wants humility, and these were her attributes. So she defined, she had received this honor or attribute from the John Paul II doctor saint, and other. There are a lot of story about her life, so I would suggest to dive in more into her story, and let me know in the comments if you knew this saint, if you know the novena, if you ever prayed the novena. I'm going to post in the shorts soon the novena and other prayers. But let's stay connected, stay tuned, and if you like this video, if it really help your day, if it make you reflect, or if you give you some, at least some inspiration to pray more, please comment, like, and don't forget to subscribe. Talk soon. Stay blessed.